50 movies in 50 weeks. I'm your host, Joey Hollywood, and I'm trying to get through all 50 movies in this 50 movie box set in 50 weeks. The movie I watched today was called A Shriek in the Night from the year 1933. And this movie opens up with the titular Shriek in the Night. A man cries out and falls to his death. The caretaker in the basement runs out and sees the dead body on the ground, and the police are called. The police have a detective that's a very sly, fast-talking, puts others around him down as he makes, witty observations. There is a assistant to the man who was killed who the detective just knows that there's something about her that's not quite right, and he's correct. She's actually a secret journalist who's trying to break a story by being undercover. And she stumbles in on this murder, and she tries to give it to her own paper, break the news to her paper before she breaks it to the cops, but she accidentally leaks it to a competing journalist, thinking it's her editor. This leads into like a kind of like love story between these two, opposites attract type thing with these two journalists. The cops, the detective's pretty fun. He's got a little sidekick that's kind of dumb. And what can I say? It's a murder mystery. There's clues. There's little cards at the victims' houses that say when you hear it, and it's got little S's and a little snake, and that's the calling card of the killer. And it's a pretty decent murder mystery, and the climax is pretty good, I have to admit. It's a very short movie, doesn't overstay its welcome. A genuine thrill near the end, more than I was expecting for a movie from this time period. I was expecting mostly talking heads, and to be frank, it was talking heads, but a pretty decently action-packed ending. I really enjoyed the twists and turns of it, and I'm glad that this is one of those movies where I'm glad I'm doing this series. Last week we did a movie that I was questioning why I was doing it, but I have these box sets lying around, right? And I watched like maybe one or two movies from it, and I never watched any of the other ones. This is one I actually enjoyed turning on, and I probably wouldn't have because the title doesn't sound that great. It's Shriek in the Night. All right, what's that? I think if it wasn't for the fact that I have a lot of these on Blu-ray, I would see I would just go to Last Man on Earth or The House on Haunted Hill or the classics. And it's fun checking out something new. Disappointed it wasn't a horror movie in my horror movie box set, but murder mysteries are fun. I love procedurals, and this one was a fun time. Now there's not a lot of notes here. I take, depending on the movie, I take either a ton of notes or very little. I took very little notes on this one, not because it was bad or anything, but just because it was very, very straightforward. A decent print of the movie. And I think I'd recommend this one. It's not a horror movie, but, like half of these aren't horror movies anyways. So I think that'll be it for now. Short video, but doesn't mean the movie's bad. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next week. Remember, please be kind.